Don't do this often, but I figured I'd give you guys a quick shot, see what's going on in the headquarters here. People always see pictures, but they don't necessarily see it all in perspective. So this is where I get down. This is where I do what it is that I do. You notice we got a bunch of books, reference materials, pictures, tools, supplies, assets. As I said, that's the drawing board. That's where the real heavy lifting gets done for the most part. Light box, all my tools, art supplies in there. Standard art supplies, scanner, printer, copier, trinkets and memorabilia. My other bookcase over there, full of reference materials, book, Kickstarter rewards, and then, like I said, the captain's chair. So normally my laptop is in that blank spot, but right now it's in the laptop bag because we was doing some mobile stuff the other day. But second screen, Wacom tablet, Hunan tablet. Got the Wacom Bamboo that I use sometimes when I'm mobile. Works great with the iPad. Another light box. Desktop computer, which I use for some other business stuff to keep things online. One of my favorite purchases, my MPC. My MPK Mini too. So I definitely get down with that, especially when I'm on my iPad. Most of the time I'm doing tabletop or MPC Pro. Just recently picked up some Sony software. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Acid, used it for years, so finally get ready to put that back into the mix. Like I said, movies, music, trinkets, reminders. Like I said, you'll see, what's that? Black Sci-Fi. See, promo from Sean there, and promo for The Great Sheba Maya. And then if you look here, you also see I had to pick up that DVD. If you do any digital coloring or painting, I highly suggest it. Over here you got wish list of things I need to get. That's on the to-do list and the to get for the business. Promo material, reminders, ongoing projects, deadlines and whatnot I need to meet. And if you know, like I said, I do a lot of recording at the desk. So there's one video camera. I also use my HP tablet. The Surface is on there, but Surface is more for reference material, background noise. You see that Poseidon there? That was that's actually one of the work in progress files that I just completed for a client. And if you look up there, everything up there is pretty much in the front. What I'm looking at is Legacy Saga, some family photos, shots of friends, things that keep me motivated. And actually, let's keep it real, that's been up. I had to take that down because that's finished. You know what I'm saying? Got my peeps right there in the photo, you know what I mean? So, we always got people who keep us motivated, keep us challenged. But yeah, I figured I'd just take a minute, just do a little quick shot just to let you guys know, hey, this is where I work. This is what I do, you know what I mean? I forgot up here some other promo material, some things that motivate me. One of the picks, the Captain America, I picked that up when I was at Baltimore a couple years ago. A couple different things I picked up. This one right here is from Takia. Actually, that's original pencils. Still haven't forgot. I'm gonna lay it down, put some inks on it. I just gotta make sure I make a good copy because I never want to ink directly over the originals of somebody else. Definitely want to hold that. I keep that in high regard and esteem. Let's see, what we got? Books, video games on PS3. You know what I mean? Ain't no sense to me getting a PS4. Barely got time to play the PS3, but it is good for playing movies off of the hard drive. Bristol boards, some things I was doing, some projects for the Armada projects, reference material, manuals. What else we got down here? Oh, the bottom shelf, that's all my sketchbooks, portfolios. On the right, you see those are actually textbooks from when I teach classes. Software, knickknacks, music, more music. You'll see some comics here, some comics. There's more textbooks, there's reference materials. There's things that I've caught from my friends, and Kickstarter rewards. Let's see what we got in here, if I can get that up. Alright, let's see. Amazon Decoded, Hieroglyphic Studio presents. What else we got in here? Things from Ugly Studios. This is Jason Lennox. Watson and Holmes from my Kickstarter. Oh, we gonna put that back. Let's see. All kinds of stuff, man. One of the things I do, or like to do a lot, is whenever I travel, and I used to travel more than I do now, but whenever I travel, I like to find comic book shops. So, and generally I go in and I'm looking for local artists, things that you can't necessarily get outside of that area. This right here is probably the most interesting comic that I ever picked up. It is Battle Chasers #1, but it's from Image and it's in German. I picked it up in Germany. 100% in German. Is absolutely crazy. But I do got it in a bag and a protective, in a hardened protector, because I do love that book. Up here you got journals, some other books, things that keep me motivated, places where I keep my thoughts. Not a paid advertisement, but Disney animated sketchbook. If you get a chance, get that. It's definitely a game changer, has been for me. Again, over here, some more books. Like I said, art books, Kickstarter rewards, reference material. Like I said, Art of Blizzard, Watchmen book. I like fantasy, so some real old school Dungeons and Dragons books. What else? Graphic Artist Guild handbook for pricing and ethical stuff. Things I got from Kickstarter. Drawing Beautiful Women from Frank Cho. Chris Copeland's Comic Relief. Rogues Gallery from Edward Huang. That was also a Kickstarter. And then I said comic book design, Rough Justice, Star Wars The Force Unleashed book. Big fan of Brad Geiger. I hope I'm saying that right. How to Make Web Comics and the Web Comics Handbook. One of them I bought. One of them was a Kickstarter. I can't remember which is which. Probably one of my favorite Kickstarters from my favorite artist, Jason Brubaker. I got Remind Volume 1, Volume 2. Interestingly enough, I didn't purchase Volume 1. I actually won it in a contest. So I won Volume 1, and I actually won a custom sale, one of the original sales that he used in the book. So that's in there. When he had his Kickstarter for Volume 2, got Volume 2 and made sure that I kicked in for the nice hardback cover so I could put both books together. So definitely one of my prized possessions. The guy's really motivating to me. And let's not forget, up here you got this Avengers poster from Tom Strong stuff. It's awesome. Again, something else I didn't actually purchase. I actually won this one years ago, but it is one of my favorite. Like his style, very distinctive. Pushes me to do some more interesting things in Illustrator. Let's see, what do we got here on this show? Again, on this show, like I said, probably it's more reference material than anything else. How-to books, faces. You got faces. You got Storyboarding Essentials, which is Essentials, helped me. One of my favorites, big ElfQuest fan. So whenever I see these and I can actually afford them, I pick them up. My daughters also like ElfQuest, by the way. Oh, here we go. Shiver Bureau, Welcome to London. Also another Kickstarter. And then there's some things that I picked up along the way. Big Conan fan. Some Johnny Dynamite. I picked that up from Isotope when I was out in San Francisco. Let's see, Birthright and Henchman I picked up when I was in Columbus. Henchman I picked up when I was in Columbus. Birthright I picked up when I was in Indianapolis. I said a bunch of different books. You'll also see intermittently textbooks, because I say do adjunct here and there. Jason Brubaker, Natural Talent. Also picked that up from Kickstarter. So like I said, there's a bunch of Kickstarters on here. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. This is awesome, by the way. I won't try to pronounce it because I'll butcher it, but that was also a Kickstarter. Awesome book. You'll see that's Lady Saber and the Pirates of the Ineffable Ether. Courtney Chagrin and the Night Things. Hey, if you got a youth reader, man, this book is awesome. I like it. My kids actually liked it as well. And then you look at a couple other things. Masters of Anatomy was a Kickstarter that I picked up. Pirates of the Ineffable Ether. Black Comics was not a Kickstarter that I picked up, but I actually purchased this book. Do have the honor and the privilege of knowing quite a few artists in this book, and I did support the Kickstarter for the second edition. So once that gets wrapped up, it'll find a place of honor on my bookshelf as well. One other shout out. This is great. The artist Sean Galloway, Spread the Cheeks. Not a Kickstarter. It's actually a gift. A friend of mine had the opportunity to go out to San Diego Comic-Con years ago, and I could not make it out with him. The plan was for us to go out together. Couldn't make it. But he knew how much of a big fan I was of Cheek's work. So not only did he pick up the book for me, he actually, let's see, he actually got a sign that had a personalized sketch in the back. So, you know what I mean? Big shout out to my boy Chris. You know what I'm saying? You hooked me up, Elders. I appreciate it. Mother Russia, the other Kickstarter. And this is from Food Bar Press. It's awesome. Jeff, if you see this, or people, if you know Jeff, still want to hook up and do lunch, man. It's on me. We just got to make them schedules work. Then supplies down there. Some of my work that you've probably seen in various places. I'm gonna close this and move this for just a second. Because like I said, I don't just, draw comic books and comic book movies. I am an avid comic book reader. Although I'm behind, haven't done a lot of the more recent stuff. I'm still catching up. But I've been doing it for a long time. I love the comics, love everything about it. So this is pretty much it. And it's rough, it's raw and unedited and unfiltered. Basically I don't necessarily do a lot of talking on any of my videos. If you've seen them or happen to see anything from the drawing board sessions, I don't do a lot of talking, but I figured it was a chance to give you guys the opportunity just to kind of get a look, see what's going on. There was one other thing in here that I did not show you, which I always think is awesome. This is one of quite a few paintings I have of my dad. I actually like this one the best because he personalized it. My dad's an awesome painter. Never quite got his gift for painting, but I definitely got his eye, and we definitely share a love of comic books and geek culture. So just wanted to let you guys in on a little bit. So let me sign out. I got a couple of things to do, got some chores, and then I'm gonna get back in here, straighten up a little bit, and get to work. So just wanted to give you guys a quick peek, show you where the Journeyman artist really puts it down. You know what I'm saying? That's Journeyman Artist Studios. That's where it all goes down. From music to multimedia to comics. You know, that's where the Journeyman rests his hat. Peace.